Hey there everyone, it's your boy Kraken, and today I'm going to show you how to fish in Palworld. Now, I'm going to go over this with a little bit of detail, but just so you know, you don't have to watch the whole video. If you're just looking for the basics, how do I get started fishing, and you want to figure out the rest for yourself, feel free to just watch the first part of the video where I introduce how to get the fishing pole and bait, and where to fish and catch a fish, and after that you can go ahead and skip the rest. After that I will go over some more detailed things like the different types of fish you might be able to catch, or rather the different types of pals you can fish up, and how to recognize different rarities as well. So if you're interested in getting a more detailed analysis, you can stay for the whole video. Otherwise, like I said, enjoy just the beginning. So let's get right on into it, shall we? And the first thing you're going to want to get is the fishing rod, of course. You're going to need this to fish. Now, I'm holding a green intermediate rod. This is the Cativa rod. It has a little Cativa there at the end, as you can see on the line. However, you will be starting probably with a blue beginner rod. I believe it is the Chillet rod. We can go to our, not the basic primitive workbench, but the high quality workbench. This will be this one right here, high quality workbench. If you don't have it unlocked, you will have to go to your technology tree and search for high quality workbench. Apologies, let me try that again. High quality. And that will be level 11. So if you're not level 11, you won't have this unlocked, unfortunately. But this is the minimum required workbench. And in there, if we scroll to the bottom, this may look different for you depending on what you have unlocked. We'll see the beginner rod for Chillet. Doesn't require much. 10 palladium fragments, 3 pal fluids, 8 ingots, and 8 fibers. Pretty basic stuff. If you need any of that stuff, you can just mine for it. The palladium fragments and the ingots, of course, and smelt the metal into ingots. And the fiber you can just get from like bushes and trees and whatnot. Power fluids are the tricky one, but you only need 3 for the rod. So go take out a couple of water types, and you'll be fine. They almost always drop power fluids. All right. So I've already constructed one. It doesn't take too long to make, fortunately, from the bench, right? But here we have one right here, so I'll go ahead and equip it so you can see what it looks like. This is the Chillet rod. I do prefer the look of this one way more, not just for the color, but I think the Chillet looks pretty cool compared to the Cativa. However, I don't know what the advanced rod is like, so let's take a look and see if there's another rod. Yes, here it is, Pengulet, the advanced rod. It looks yellow, so that's pretty neat. So there's also that. They get harder to make, of course, as you go on. But anyways, once you've got this crafted, you're going to need to make one more thing, not just a fishing rod. You will need your bait, right? So I actually happen to have some simple bait, which is the first level. Again, there are 3 levels of bait. Simple bait is doesn't require very much. We can actually look at the ingredients list right here. We can even go to our primitive workbench. You can still make basic bait here. This should be enough for you to catch what you need. You can see it takes 2 power fluids, 4 berries, and 2 flour. Not much, but you will need to make flour. If you need flour, of course, you just need the wheat fields over here, just like this, okay? And you can harvest them and put them in the crusher, all right? And if you're going to be doing all that, I highly suggest refrigeration. You can see I've got these here, and, keep an ice type on them to keep it cool, all right? That's how you can get the flour, but you don't need much. Honestly, you might be able to find it elsewhere if you're lucky, or buy it or whatever. You don't need much, and you only need the one set usually to go fishing for a minute. 10 bait is enough to get quite a few pals for sure. But anyways, we can see the other baits as well. This one requires tomatoes, and this one requires onions and carrots, as well as high quality palm oil. All the fruits and veggies, or rather the veggies, I guess tomatoes are fruit, but right, the berries. But those can all be got by farming. Of course, you need to find the seeds first, and then get the level for the plantation that's appropriate, and plant it. Water it, let it grow, and then harvest it, okay? But for high quality pal oil, you'll need to put some sort of pal into the ranch. I use a dew mud because it's easy, and they drop plenty of it, all right? That should be enough for you to make the bait. So you can do it here at the production line. You can do it the basic one over here, and I think you can get a couple levels here at the high quality workbench as well, okay? So that covers the items you need to make. It's a little bit involved there, but it does cover all the rods and all the baits, and you will be able to fish all the way through without having to wonder, hey, is there an advanced rod, or like, do I need to make a certain kind of bait, like, for a certain kind of fishing? We will go over stuff like that as well. All right, so go ahead and keep watching, and we're gonna go find some fishing spots and actually do the fishing. Let's go. Okay, so it's nighttime and we're at a fishing spot here. You can kind of sit down there in the water, right? Where the tip of my fishing pole is roughly about located, right there. Okay, and that's one style of them. There, it looks like there's a few of them, maybe 3 of them down there, and they're all glowing purple too, as well. It looks like. Apologies if it's more of a blue. I can't tell. And we're gonna go down there. If you want to know where I am, I'm at this river here. I don't have much unlocked on this particular map, but right here near King Paka. and I just teleport to a small settlement, and this little river usually has something good, or like up here or something. Any coastline areas really will be pretty good for looking for these spots. You just go up and down the coast, but I like to pick some of the inside ones because they have a sort of a smaller like width, I guess you could say, that allows you to, you know, get closer to the fish. But anyways, otherwise they shouldn't spawn too far from the water. With our fishing rod, and let's see, and our bait. Yes, we have 50 bait. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do this in the boat. That looks like fun. Look at, they're having a good time. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and look at them and just click, right click. You hold it. You see, when you hold right click, you get kind of like a placement sort of thing. And you want to drop this close to the one you want to catch. It does matter, the location of where you drop it. So if I drop it over here, you'll see after a few seconds it will catch. It will have an exclamation mark above his head, and it will be the one I tossed it towards. All right, and now that I've clicked left click to catch it, I've got this bar open, right? And you can see the fish is the golden symbol with the line. That's where the fish is at. And you need to keep your bar there with the fish. And I caught a sick alpha pangolin. It's very big. You can see since the ones that are sparkling like that purple, it means they're going to be an alpha version of the pal. So that's a normal one right there. Watch, we'll catch this one. You'll see that it's normal. And we'll do the minigame again so you can kind of get an idea. We'll do it a few times. It can be tough. The harder it is to, like, the lower level your rod, the harder it can be to keep them in this like bar. But you want to keep this green bar behind it, in the same spot as the fish line there. And let me get out. You see, if you don't, it glows red and you lose time at the top on that circle. And if you go all the way down, you lose the fish. Okay, but we're gonna just keep holding it here. You just hold down left mouse button to go to the right, or right trigger if you're using a controller, or you just let go to go to the left. Right, it just continues on like that. Right. All right, but I just kind of like, I click it a few times. I sort of like talk like, right. I'm not really going too hard in one direction. I'm trying to just like, keep up with it. But anyways, there you go. This is a beginner rod, so it can be tough. There's the kelp sea. You see it was a normal, and this one will be an alpha as well. It jellyfish looking, so it's probably the jellyfish looking one, I think. The like silhouette that you get is related to the fish that you'll be catching. This one's a little tougher. It's an alpha as well, so I'll just try to kind of hold it here. Perfect. It's staying on this end, so I can just keep the button down, let go. Okay, drop it real fast and try to stay with it. This one's a little tougher. This one's a little tougher for sure. Here we go. No, it's oh yes, it is. Okay, turticle. Maybe it's more turtle or something, an octopus. I'm not sure. But anyways, so we caught all the fish here, and then we'll go find somewhere else. And you can see that I used some of the bait, right? 3 of the bait. And if we have better bait, it makes it all a whole lot easier and a better rod. So that's all there is to the actual fishing mechanic itself. I'm switching to the better rod so we can go over some more advanced stuff. But that's all you need to do to catch fish and to fish in Palworld. If that's all you came here for, the basics, you can go ahead and leave the video now, or if you want, and I highly suggest this, stick around for just a couple more minutes while I go over some of the more advanced features in detail. I went over some of them a little bit here, but we can go over them more exactly, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so here's a pretty interesting little spot. Oh, look at the crow gyro going swimming across. I've never actually seen that before. That's new. We've got the, I think those are cellerays, if I'm not mistaken. We'll go ahead and catch a few of them here in a second. But while I'm doing that, I think those are cellerays. All right, so if you recognize that shape, it's usually a celeray, I believe. You've got the tentaclad one or whatever it is. Sorry, I forget. A turticle. Sorry, turticle. There you go. This is a celeray. Yep, perfect. And that one is the turticle, I believe. That one might be as well. I'm not sure. As well as that one. So that's probably that. So you recognize those shapes. You can start to recognize the shapes by, or which pal you're going to get by looking at the shapes. For sure, for sure. There are quite a few you can catch, though. So, and I believe maybe some of them share shapes, though don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But let's go ahead and find some more here. Hopefully we get lucky and there's some more right here on the coastline. Just taking it nice and easy, trying to make sure I don't miss any of them. I do like this structure they've got out here. It's pretty neat. Let's see if I can get a little speed with the grappling hook. And I think this spot up here will be fine. It should have some fish. It's usually a pretty good spot. These little coves and stuff, yeah, I see some out there. These little coves and stuff are kind of like hot spots for it, for sure. Can I grapple here? Perfect. Okay. I don't see them elsewhere, so it looks like we're going over here. Perfect. Alright, let's see what else we've got here. It doesn't look like anything's glowing, and it looks like much the same, though that one may be an interesting catch. I'm not 100% sure what it is, so let's see what we get. I think it might be the, is it like a pinkish grayish one or something like that? Or is it the, well, I caught a different one, I think. It's a turticle. We've lost it, but now you get to see what it looks like when you lose it, I guess. Alright, and we're at the sealed realm of the Guardian, I believe. Yes, sealed realm of the Guardian that has Vale, I don't know, Vale. And this little area is pretty good for fishing because, one, it's all easily accessible from the center. The water just goes around it, and you're almost guaranteed some fish here. It seems to be a pretty common spot. I imagine they just expected there should always be some fish here, so that's what they did. All right, but we can try to capture some. It looks like maybe those two are the same. The turtles and those two are similar as well. It's hard to tell. They could be penglets, I guess, even. But let's give it a shot. I imagine coming here at night is even better because you could also find some alpha pals. I'm not sure if night matters as much, but it definitely seems to be like a popular way to catch a more interesting pal is come at night. Or at the very least, it's easier to see the sparkles, right, in the water. Maybe that's it. But either way, I highly suggest getting fishing at night. No, this is the turtle as well. Interesting. So then what is the jellyfish one? Is that a turtle? Let's see. I may have the two confused here. Though I could have sworn this. Maybe. Oh, it looks like we actually did catch one of the jellyfish looking ones. So that was a turtle. That makes sense. Okay. Go ahead and catch another one here real quick. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm doing pretty good here. It was not a turtle. It was a serpent. Serpent. And I did not catch. It looks like I did catch one of these. So this would be a serpent as well, I believe, if we are not mistaken. We're figuring it out here. Let me go ahead and photo mode that real quick. And it looks like this. I think this one is a little bit different. It's hard to tell. These look the same, really. And this one looks like that's the turtle. Okay, that seems obvious. So we'll go ahead and try to fish there. Let's see where you at. Perfect. We should get a bite here in a second. We'll see if that's also a serpent. That'll answer a lot of questions here. As I understand it, they all have, for the most part, unique silhouettes, but there are some that overlap, so it can be hard to tell. Let's go ahead and wait for it. Come on. Take the bait. Take the bait. There you go. Oh, don't be coy. Don't be coy now. There we go. Come on. That's it. Now you want it. What's it waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for, big dog? What are you waiting for? Okay. Let me pull it back. Let me try again. That's strange. Maybe it's a perspective, like I'm too far away or something, so. That may do it, though. Just give it a little reset if you're sitting there forever and it's not picking up. Maybe I just don't have the right kind of bait either. This one might be too powerful. Oops, I think I scared it off. We'll try it with this one as well. You can see if you pull it too early before it's grabbed it, but it's close, it will scare it off. And I think, let's try scaring them off if we just go in the water next to them. No, it doesn't seem to bother them in that case. But if you pull it, it definitely gets a little weird. Okay. Let's give this last one a shot. This is the last fish we'll try to catch. I think this probably won't be a serpent, but maybe since it's the same area, we'll see. Come on. Take the bait. Take the bait. You can do it. It's looking at me. Look, it's eyeballing me or something. I don't know. There we go. Okay. You see, that fish was mad dogging me. It was mad fishing me, bro. Give me that fish eye. Ooh, the fishy eye. Oh, ooh, this one's a... Yeah, that's why. They're taking a long... You need better bait to catch those, I think. Like, more fluidly. We did get lucky and actually get one pretty quickly, but this is tough. This is a challenge. Since we're on a level 2 rod. Yes. Oh, what is this? See, okay, an azerobe. So, yeah, similar type. So, but both the azerobe, the penglet, and the serpent all seem to share the same one. So, silhouette-wise. And there are a few more that overlap. But I think this one's always a turtle. I think since turtle came out with the Terraria update, you know, when fishing came out, I think it was given its own silhouette. But otherwise, unless it came out with the Terraria update and the fishing update as well, then it probably will just look like a regular fish like all the rest of those did. All right? But yeah, that's all there is to it. That's fishing. I've shown you the sparkles as well, the purple sparkles that get you the alpha versions of the pals. I've shown you these regular ones, night and day. And there's also a green glowing one. I've never seen that myself. I'm sure it's not hard to find, maybe, but the green glowing ones will give you yes, was a turtle. Will give you some sort of special passive move on the pal you catch, so the pal will be like, you know, better traits than the normal pals. So there is that. You can keep an eye out for that one as well. So those are the three kinds: normal, green glow, and purple sparkle. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. I'm glad to answer questions in the comments. I usually get back to people pretty quickly, and you know, I do really like to help you all out with this if I can answer it. If it's like, if you're having trouble, maybe I can find the answer, a fresh set of eyes, you know, stuff like that. You can check my other videos. You'll see a lot of people ask questions because, you know, maybe we can work on it together. And we do get a lot of answers, luckily. That's what we're here for, all right? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you're feeling generous, if you got all the way to the end of this, hey, please throw a like and subscribe. You know that stuff always helps, you know? So I'm not going to pander to you. I'm just saying, like, hey, if you liked it this much, right, maybe you'll watch a few more. And I definitely make a lot of Palworld videos, so especially these days, right? So go ahead and give them a watch. You know, a lot of tutorials. You can find some new things. If you need Night Star Sand, honey, how to make cake, predator cores. I mean, I go over all these sort of things, right? I also do some gameplay, like, you know, we took on some oil rigs and, you know, some bosses and whatnot. Some raid bosses, rather, you know, with the summoning altars. So give them a check out. Check out those other videos. I got the playlist on my channel page. But that's it. I'll let you go. Y'all have a good one.